In this video, I want to show you how to do radial symmetry. So using a piece of copy paper, or copy size paper, any size paper really, we need a square. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the paper and we're going to fold the paper up, and we're going to fold it like this into a triangle. So you have your corners down. You will then take a pair of scissors and you will cut right here on this line. You're going to cut this off. This is going to give you, you will no longer need this piece of paper. This is going to give you that triangle. Now, if you open this up, you see that, oh, there's my dog. If you open this up, you're going to see the diagonal going across here. You want another diagonal going across the other way. So I'm going to fold here. So I have two going across. Then I need to fold again, so I have a fold going across here and here. So I'm going to take the paper and I'm going to fold it in half to make this into a rectangle. And then instead of opening it up, I'm just going to fold it in half again to make it into a box or a square. And then if I open this up, you should have either 4 full folds, or you have 8 separate pieces. Liesel, you are fine. Stop barking. And so now the next step is going to be to start designing your radial design. So when you do this, you want to make sure that you are consistent. So if I go in, and I'm just going to use this as an example, if I go in and I add a certain size circle right here, I want to make sure I have that same certain size circle right here. And I want to try and make sure the circles are similar in size and consistently placed in the same spot in each section. So you can work in sections, so inside each section, or you can work on a line. But you have to, I would suggest that you choose one or the other. So either work within the section or work on the line on the section. So on the line would look maybe something like this. So instead of putting the circle here, I would be putting a circle on the line. But once you make a decision that you're going to do one and you've started, stick with that. So all your design's basically going to radiate out. And so I have 2 examples, and so I'm going to see if you can't figure out which one is which. So I started 2 samples here, and one is done on the line and one is done in between the lines. Can you figure out which one is which? So this one is between the line. So all the design is happening in between the two lines, or maybe I should be saying folds, in between the 2 folds. And then this one is happening on the fold. There is some in between here, but basically the idea is if I fold this in half, that I would have symmetry here. If I fold it in half, I have symmetry here. So I'm being consistent all the way around, so that when you fold your paper, that's the question to ask yourself. If you were to fold your paper in half this way, would these 2 designs match up? If I were to fold my paper this way, would these 2 designs match up? If I were to fold my paper this way, would these 2 designs match up? And if your answer is yes, you're doing it correctly. If your answer is no, you've made a mistake somewhere. Once you're done completing filling up your paper, and I want your design to go all the way to the edge of your 4 edges of your paper, then you're going to go in and you are going to add color to your work. And these are just a couple of older examples. You can use, I suggest markers or colored pencils tend to work best. If you have crayons, that'll work too. Or if you have different colored pens, you could try different colored pens, or keep it black and white. So you have a couple different options to work with. Here's another example that I did of just kind of drawing it in. And if you look at that, that is not done on the line. It is done in between, because if I were to fold this down, you can see that that is done in between the folds. And then this one here, if I were to fold it down, you can see that it's done on the line. Okay, so it just it's just 2 different ways of looking at this. So anyway, so you're gonna need copy paper. Go ahead, start your folding, get creative. Please try and come up with your own design. Don't try and copy something that I've already done here. And I can't wait to see your completed radial designs. Have fun.